All right, welcome everybody to another valuable Link and Learn. Today we have Krishna giving a presentation, a highly anticipated presentation of artificial intelligence for everyone. So because this is a Link and Learn, we'll be starting off with intros to get to know one another, to see what everybody does. And then, yeah, we can always connect afterwards if we'd like. So I'll start. I'm Erin. I am one of the co-owners and founders of our 7,000 square foot co-working and media space, the Fountainhead Network, right next to Coquitlam Center in BC here. And I will go around the screen and we can all do intros, and then I will hand it off to Krishna for his presentation. So thank you again, Krishna. Everybody's really looking forward to this. So Mo, because you're in the most inconvenient spot, I'm going to start with your intro. If you're available, of course.
Yes, I should do an intro. Hi guys, this is Mo. You know me. Looking forward to this presentation, and yeah, I won't talk too much because it's going to be too loud for you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Mo. Mo's our in-house video producer, and he has his own video production company, which is highly recommended and highly sought after, Kafco Creative. So reach out to him if you have any questions about that. All right, Ian, go for it.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'm a game developer, and I'm actually using AI art generation for a project that I'm working on right now. So I'm just interested in AI stuff in general.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian. All right, Sad, let's hear it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sad, and I am a Ruby on Rails developer. Oh, that looks good.
Sorry.
So yeah, I am a Ruby on Rails developer. I have a small team that I manage, and we do heavy lifting websites. And so if you need any website, you just let me know.
Thanks, Sad.
No problem.
All right, Clayton, nice to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi, Erin. Yeah, glad I was able to join one of these calls. Yeah, I think it's, well, just by way of introduction, I'm Clayton Walwood. I'm director of the BC Libertarian Party, an organization that has a membership at TFN. I work as a project manager in the construction industry. So I don't know if there's anything applicable to me here about artificial intelligence, but I hear it's spreading out into many different industries. So yeah, just interested to learn a little bit more.
Wonderful. Thanks, Clayton. And I think we got everybody, 6 participants. Yeah, I think we're missing one person who registered, but yeah, we'll lead into Krishna's presentation and his intro. Thanks, Krishna.
Okay, let me quickly share my screen and then I'll do the intro as well. Okay. So hey everyone, I'm Krishna Gupta. I have a business called Misty Interactive Studios. And as a professional, I also make applications and software, but I consult and strategize business growth formulas for businesses in different industries. So they could be in logistics, they could be in construction, they could be in technology. It doesn't matter. I try to understand their business, study it, research on it, and then go back and try to come up with a solution. It could be a digital product, it could be a physical product. In terms of physical products, I've worked with companies that requires prototyping on their PCBs, on coming up with new technologies. And with digital products, I've done applications and softwares where it is applicable. But today, our focus will be AI. And AI, because it's such a massive industry, we will not be covering everything that is out there. It's almost impossible to capture all the topics, important topics. So best what we can do is I'm going to narrow it down to one small little thing from the vast majority, and we'll get into playing with that. And this complete presentation is more like a sit back, watch me type presentation. So get your popcorns and coffees and whatnot. I got mine. And just watch me do things because it'll be pretty fun to just watch. It's almost like a YouTube video, but live. So first, few basics. We need to get it out. Artificial intelligence. In general, basic understanding, it is just an algorithm that do three things. It classify, it analyze, and then it will draw some prediction on any given set of data. Now, data can be anything. You can give data regarding fruits, vegetables, your driving data, your sleep data, health data, doesn't matter. Data is everything that has information in it. If you can classify it, analyze it, and then draw a certain amount of predictions and pack it all into an algorithm that does it on repeat, you got yourself an AI. As I said before, AI field is massive, and we will focus on a very small use case scenario. Just to give you an idea, to inspire you, to influence you, to see whether you or your business can get into this industry, and if can, what are some use case scenarios for you guys. So for today's exercise, let's pretend to be a YouTube channel. And we will need to prototype a video for our channel, and we don't have time. Today is the deadline. We don't have any idea. We have no clue where to start. We have never made any videos. So we'll do everything in steps. So the checklist for a video is we need an idea, we need a script, then we need a voiceover, some assets such as videos, images, so on and so forth. We need some sort of video editing, and then finally a music to end with it. But wait, how is this relevant to the algorithm, classify, analyze, and drawing prediction, and so on and so forth? So each application that I'll be showing in this presentation uses all three. They classify and they analyze, and then they're predicting the output. The output that they're predicting is what we will be using to create our video. And I will explain each and every component later in the slide as well. So I'm not going to read what's on the slide most of the time, by the way. So if you see that there's something on the slide and I'm saying something else, it's just because this is non-rehearsed, by the way. This is all real time as we are going. So if there are errors and if certain applications don't work or if they're taking times to render, this is happening all real time. So enjoy. Idea. We need an idea. So for that, I've got an app. It's called ideasci.com. So let's go there and get ourselves an idea. So the first idea it presents us with is something called Acquaint is building a device, blah, blah, blah. I don't get it. So I don't like it. Let's get another one. Postmates is a delivery service for local goods. Postmates is trying to build out a delivery, blah, blah, blah. It's too complicated, too complex. A company that helps small, medium-sized to build their telco-like infrastructure. I don't know what telco is, so I'm going to ignore it. A startup that helps companies learn about best technologies for their business. Okay, this sounds very simple. And by the way, this is using GPT-3, which is also a part like a model-trained AI. And I will explain later how this was trained and what it is using in order to understand. But this is using NLP, which is natural language processing. But we'll not get into that right now. Basic step one. We got ourselves an idea, a startup that helps companies learn about best technologies. So let's just go with that. So we got our step one. The next is we need a script. And for script, I got another AI for us. It's called writer.me. So we'll go to writer.me now. And we'll write ourselves a script. So in this, I would like my script to be, let's see, what kind of tune I want. I want it to be informative. And let's just write a blog for now because blogs are easiest to convert into videos. Also, this should show you that there are limitations to AI. I cannot directly do a YouTube script right now. So developers out there in this group and also developers out there watching this video later in the future, you should know that you can make some AIs that can do scripts directly. So we're going to do it with blog. So our topic was a startup that helps companies learn about best technologies. Okay. So we need some keywords, because this is, again, as I said in the starting, we are focusing on marketing and a very small aspect of marketing. So keyword is a very big thing we need to work on. Here, I'm not going to bother too much because, again, I'm going to keep it as layman as possible. I don't know. Let's just say startup. Startups. Let's say technologies. That's it. I would like 3 different options. And creativity, you can choose from how much creative you want it, the AI to be. Let's keep it optimal. And let him write something for us. So while it is generating this text, it's using something called GAN, generative adversarial networks. That's also a type of a model that we can train on. But again, let's go back to our demo. So a startup that helps companies learn about technologies. It is important for companies to stay up to date on the technologies, on the latest technology advancements. This is not an easy task, as blah, 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 blah. So it's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the first few aspects of it, just for the sake of it. By the way, I can ask it to continue writing from there if I don't like the previous part. And you can see the AI will write for me. None of this is pre-written text. This is all plagiarism free and whatnot, because this is being created as we speak. But I'm just going to take the first part for this demo, and we'll go back to our presentation. So we've got ourselves 2 things now, idea and a script. Next, we need video. So for that, we're going to go to the third AI, pictory.ai. All these links also, by the way, will be in the presentation, so you should all be good as well. So the next AI we'll go to is pictory.ai. All of them are free. None of these tools are using any sort of payment plans. They do have payment plans for, like, I don't know if you want to do enterprise work. So if you are doing enterprise work, I mean, you should pay. It's really good work done. So we'll try to build a video. I need a video using the script that I wrote. So we'll go proceed with this one. What is our video name? YouTube video on marketing for small businesses. And we'll paste our script here. I think it looks pretty decent script. I know it's super small, but I think for demo and for rendering purposes, it'll be the fastest. Fixed it a little bit with Grammarly. That's also using a little bit AI, just so you guys know. Proceed. What kind of video formats do we want? So for this, let's go with Square. Instagram uses Square, so that's the highly anticipated one. While it's rendering, we can talk about how it's searching everything. So this is using our keywords in the script itself, using NLP, natural language processing, which I will explain again in a bit. So it's using this to find images and videos from the internet and then putting it together, which makes sense. As we can see, we only got 2 slides. So I think our script is too small. Let's take a little bit more. I don't like the part that it generated afterwards. So from the Kegel, I'll delete this. Don't like it. The team at Future Tech has different approach to this problem. Let's just take this. I don't even know who Future Tech is, but I'm just going to take it for prototyping this YouTube video. And we'll go back to Pictory. And we'll go and edit our script, so that we get a little bit more slides, so that this video can be a little bit longer than just 2 slides. Okay. Now we got 4 slides, not bad. Sure, it's free, so it's gonna stick some watermarks. Now it's given me these slides based on the text that I have. Now I really don't like these videos that it's showing me just for prototyping purpose too. So let's change them by going to visuals. And the first one is talking about startups and technologies. Those are the 2 main components. So if I choose a theme that I want to go with my video, I kind of like this one. Let's go with this. And for the second slide, it says task and technologies are my 2 keywords. I'll click task here, and I see something shows up. So I see this matches the theme we are going with. So we go with that. The third one talks about approach and problems. Let's talk about problem. And this girl looks pretty sad. So she just got lots of problems. Let's take her, or him, I don't know. The fourth slide talks about technology and technologies. So let's take technology, and let's stick something that matches our theme. I mean, I can just take this. We've been going with phone themes anyways. And the last one is 2 keywords are startups. So we'll take a startup keyword and we'll end our video with this guy. Once we have that, I can choose a style. Again, remember, this is just for prototyping. This is not going to go on YouTube and we're going to be making money out of it. But this is to give you an idea, should you even get into YouTube? Should you even make that video that you were going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars in hiring actors and so on and so forth? Just put it together, get yourself a prototype, have an idea. So this is to show how prototyping and conceptualizing can be so fast. Faster than it used to be before. So I like this one. Let's go with this. Format is fine. Audio, I don't really care because we're going to go to audio generations as well. And this is pretty good, looking pretty decent. I'm going to just generate this into a video. So while this is generating, let's get back and revise how are they working. So the first one I explained was NLP, which is natural language processing. So what does natural language processing actually means? So it is understanding human language by analyzing pretty much these things: syntax, semantics, pragmatics, and morphology. How we speak, what is the context we are speaking in? Is it I'm speaking in past tense, today's tense? Am I speaking in third person narration, first person narration? Am I sad, upset, not upset, happy? All sorts of things falls under pragmatics, syntaxes, and semantics. So once you put this all together and make an algorithm, you're basically having yourself an NLP, which is basically understanding human language. So now when an AI can understand human language, and when we tell AI, write me a blog on small businesses dealing in marketing, then AI understands our intention is blog writing, our audience is small business clients, and our context or content is about the growth and the marketing. So AI will take all these things and search the entire internet, or at least enough as much data was passed on to this AI during training, during machine learning. So with all that data, with all that information and access to new information, it can generate and give you predictive results. And those predictive results are what we are using to write our idea, our script, and now also processing a video. None of this is pre-created, and it's not coming out of a library. It is being pulled from sources or being created on spot and so on and so forth. Okay. The next thing was GAN, generative adversarial networks. These are 2 parts. The first part is a generator. A generator in this AI learns to make plausible data. Its job is to just generate. Doesn't matter what it generates. At least for itself, it does not matter what it generates. It will be generating outputs and outputs and outputs. If we are generating images, the generator will basically throw outputs of pixels, of noises, of images, of anything. Because it's learning to send out plausible data, what it thinks is realistic for us, the humans. But then there's a second part to it, a discriminator. Its job is to tell the generator whether the outputted data was real or fake. So they both work in tandem to each other, and they both complement each other. And that's what's called GAN, generative adversarial networks. They keep generating, keep fixing themselves, keep generating, keep fixing themselves. And now the AI has gotten to so smart, using so much data out there, so much training out there with so much high compute and GPU powers by big companies like OpenAI, Google, and so on and so forth, that they can generate realistic images, something really, really, really cool. And we're not going to see those cool items today, but I will show the links later on what those cool things are. Which brings us to our next point, which is voiceover. So let's go and see, okay, so our video is going to be taking a little bit longer. So meanwhile, what should we do is we can go and create our voiceover. So I'll take the same script that I had it, and I'm going to go to my next AI, which is murph.ai. So in murph.ai, it's using real human voice samples. And then it has fed those into an AI that it created, and it uses those voice samples to modulate and to create new sounds, which to us will feel like normal language, but to a computer, those are just sounds put together in the form humans understand. So it's pretty trippy, but at the same time, it's just math and super standard algorithm. TFN demo. And let's paste our script. Let's choose our voice. I think Nate sounds good.
Hi, I'm Nate.
Yep, Nate sounds good. I'll take Nate. Nate, build your audio. So while Nate is building his audio, we can go and check on Pictory. Boom, this is done. Let's download our video. I'll save it in downloads is fine. Let's go to, okay, audio is generated as well. What I'm gonna do is, before playing the audio, I'll add our video here as well for the ease of use. Upload video, browse, downloads. Oh, it added music, no worries. This AI can also separate the music from the video it created. So we can just delete that music. I wouldn't have to do any editing, which will take us to our part in the checklist where I said we would need video editing. Technically, you don't. For prototyping, at least you don't. So here's the audio that it sort of took it out. Okay, I'm using a Mac, which is not really good with these sliders. I'm just gonna reduce it down to 0 almost. So I'm not gonna play the whole video, but let it generate, and I'm gonna just show you a quick preview, and then we'll move to the pretty much the ends of this whole demo to get you an idea, but I'll show you what it has created for us so far. Let me see if I can right click and delete this. Oh yeah, there we go. We don't need to do any sort of magic there.
A startup that helps companies learn about best technologies. It is important for companies to stay up to date on the latest technological advancements.
Yeah, so there is still that sound that is coming from Pictory. Let's see if we can get rid of that sound. What best describes me? Solopreneur. Jesus, what is this? Okay, we had to do a forceful survey while we were doing this whole thing. Okay, loop video, yeah, it doesn't matter. Sweet. I'm just going to generate once again to get rid of that audio because it didn't do a good job in reducing that audio, the other AI. But based on this, you can get an idea that how smart the whole generation of AI voices is. Because I'm just going to play this voiceover that we've created here.
A startup that helps companies learn about best technologies. It is important for companies to stay up to date on the latest technological advancements. This is not an easy task,
So as you can see, it is like pretty plausible. It can easily pass a voiceover test if you wanted to give it to a client without telling them that you've been using AI to generate these in 5 seconds from their script. I mean, client shouldn't have any problem. The idea is to get the message across. And if you can get the message across through a concept first to your client, and if he feels that, okay, this is nice, or if he says, you know what, like after you've done all the hard work here, and he'd be like, yeah, it's nice, but I kind of don't like the whole male voice. We were thinking if you guys could do something like female voice or something deeper, or completely change the accent. Well, if you were to do it in real life, that would cost you thousands of dollars to hire a new voice actor, train them, explain them, get them to work with you, so on and so forth, and get yourself a new voiceover actor and get it done all again. But no, here I can just change the actor.
Hi, I'm Ava, the most versatile American voice.
Ava is good too, but let's change it to British English, just for the funs. I can do it to Indian too, but I don't want to make fun of my own accent. So we'll go to British English.
Hello, I'm Edward.
He's too heavy.
Hi, this is Emma.
No hi.
Hi, Hello, this is Benjamin.
Benjamin sounds really deep and nice. I don't know, for this video, maybe let's just take Benjamin for fun. Let's ask it to regenerate the Benjamin voice. Let's see how's the video doing. Okay, video is done. Let's see if there's no audio in this video. Hopefully not. Benjamin is done. Let me quickly upload the Benjamin video. And we'll see how that works. Meanwhile, let's play Benjamin.
A startup that helps companies learn about best technologies. It is important for companies to stay up to date on the latest.
It is important for companies.
A startup that
It's not bad. I would say it's pretty decent. Overall, it can generate good videos, good audio. Point that I wanted to make across with this whole thing was future growth for you. How all of this that we just did in few matter of seconds is relevant to your industry. And that is what we are here to discuss today. The examples that you saw are businesses that are providing the same services as most of you are doing, but they're doing it with the help of AI. And they're doing it pretty fast, because imagine this now, you're able to generate leads using AI. You're able to monitor lots of Facebook groups using AI. You can create SEO strategies. And I'll show some websites in a bit that are doing that as well. So how can you benefit from all of this? Well, think what is slowing down your business? What is taking most of the time? What is something that repeats and something that is difficult to achieve without a heavy budget? So seeing the limitations of the current AI applications that I was just showing you and all the problems with those AIs and how far they can get you with the quality of videos that they have, you should feel like you can contribute. You can make it better. As a game developer here in the group and as in construction business or in video industry, you guys have potential. You guys are the ones that are going to be providing the data to fuel the AI for tomorrow, because the data does not come out from laboratories. It's actually gathered from content creators like all of us. Whatever content you post out there on the internet, that's data that is used to train all the things that I've shown you today. So all the content writing, the script writing was done by training that AI using text found on the internet, blogs, articles, videos, transcripts, pretty much anything that has text in it, they used it to train it. That's how GPT-3 was trained. Most image generative AIs also uses image data that is found on the internet. And image data, collection of images on Google, YouTube videos, lots of people have been training their AIs just by playing YouTube videos to the AI and let it train. Keep watching the YouTube video on how to be the best podcaster. And once you've trained your AI to be the best podcaster, now you can let your AI to podcast. And it'll give you one of the best results, because it's done the research on keywords, it's done the research on semantics, what people like to listen, how should you formulate, what is the best format of doing the podcast, what are the best camera settings, lightings, and all sorts of things. So AI can help businesses grow only if businesses know what they need to grow in. If it's customers that you need, then it's all about lead generation. It's all about conversions. Everything else doesn't matter. None of the other AIs matter. So if only lead generation is the inhibitor or is the one that is leading to growth, then focus should be only building AIs that can help generate those leads. And there are lots of AIs that can do that, but recommendation is that you make your own, grow into your own, train your own, right? And that brings me to the ending, which I would say that you can do it, and it's not difficult to do it. And we can move to Q&As. Some sample questions that I thought of are, can AI replace a human and their jobs? Cost of developing AI? And I didn't get any of the slides, so no questions. Anyways, thank you so much. That was a presentation. I tried to keep it as short as I could and make it, into a quick demo rather than making it into information that you can find on Google or YouTube. I don't want to give you information that you can just Google yourself. So that's all. Let me stop my
Amazing. Thank you so much, Krishna. Holy resources.
Well, thank you so much.
I think everybody can relate to that. I think somebody will be able to use any of those AIs at any point, but that was extremely valuable. Does anybody have any questions for Krishna?
Not really questions. It's cool to see all the different AIs that are out there. Like I'm been going into a lot of like image AI, but it's crazy that there's like AIs to generate videos and yeah, the video one in particular impressed me. I imagine that there's a lot of corporate videos and stuff like that on YouTube that are just gonna use that.
No, sweet. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the idea with the whole demo was that, and I found these AIs, these ones particularly, these applications are the most simplest and the most basic in their form right now. And that is what allows us to see that how much room there is still for AI applications to grow. So, many people do have this question that if I'm not a developer or if I have no math or data science degree, it's nearly impossible for me to get into it unless I hire a team of developers that understands Python and understands data science and then can put together something for me. I think that's not true anymore. And that's only because there is AI that can help you write code as well. But coding is not the essential thing. It's actually finding the problem. What problem is it that these AIs are unable to solve? They're all, I would say, in my opinion, they're all 20% complete AI applications. They're not 100%. 80% is left to the users to figure out how do you want to use it. And that is what most startup companies and most developers are doing these days, is because they don't have the funds to grow that AI and train that AI for tens of thousands of years or hours, sorry. So what they do instead is they make a prototype based on the available data sets out there. And from that prototype, they want to show not only investors, but also the community, the users, the consumers, that what is possible and what you can expect in the coming few years. So that should not startle anybody. That should not, make anybody feel that, okay, I will be left out or I'm going to miss out. There's nothing to miss out. It's just, this is one stream. If it benefits your business, you should pick this stream up because it is going to speed up your work. But if you think this doesn't really benefit your business, then it's really, you're not losing anything, is what I'm going to say. Many of them are just gimmicks. And speaking of gimmick, can I share my screen again? Actually, I had something really cool I can show again. Okay, I'll just quickly share the screen again. So speaking of gimmick, I found a few more gimmicky type fun stuff that we can look at. The first one is called playphrase.me. I don't know if you guys have heard, but this AI tries to find a movie clip or a TV clip based on the sentence I type. So, like for example, sometimes we had this, oh, somebody said that. Well, let's find out. Let's see if we can find something very simple. I am hungry.
I am hungry as the winter.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry too.
I am hungry.
Yes, I am hungry, but not for food.
So that was a demo of playphrase.me. And that shows you the potential of AI. Again, this is just a halfly done application to show the potential of what's possible, but a lot is possible. Now, finally, is phrase.io. This one is actually a marketing company that uses AI to basically help you with everything to do with marketing. Everything from SEO to content creation to lead generation to keyword ranking, keyword analysis, competition analysis, backlinking, so on, so forth. Check them out as well. But it's the reason I put this company here on the slide deck is not because I would want anybody here to be using them. I mean, by all means, use them. But it is to show that a marketing company can convert into an marketing AI powered company. So can your industry as well. Whatever industry you are in, it can convert into AI powered. You just need to find out those 4 or 5 things that are listed, Anyways, yes, please. I'm done. presentation is done from my end. There's no more slides.
So, Krishna, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm just going to close up shop and close my video production business because AI is going to take over my business.
No, man.
And I was going podcasting. I think we should tell Mike he can close up shop as well. There's no need to do podcasting. And I was just here with Saad. He was saying he's also going to be out of a job because programmers will also be added to this list as well. And then we just will be cleaners. They're hiring a lot of lower main staff. But it's amazing how these things can do it. I think from a video perspective, it has come a long way, and this is just in the seed stage. I think it's going to do so much better. The way the communication is coming out, and right now I find that this technology and the AI is working on the software of putting all this content together for you. Once they've gone to perfection level, in the meantime, companies like DJI, who do drones and gimbals, they're starting to create more artificial-based drones. Which remember, I used to watch a cartoon called Cops. It's 1980s. It was like a cartoon where in this cartoon there was a newscaster that would go around, kind of like in Ninja Turtles, April, and they had these drone kind of cameras that were traveling with pretty much the host. And there was no camera guys. These robots would follow them everywhere. They'd be floating and filming them doing it, which means that it's only a matter of time before technology comes where these drones are going to be so smart that they'll travel with you with all these sensors. And you don't even need a camera guy. You probably just need a director and the person in front of the camera. And then all you do is generate that information. And most likely these bigger companies will suck up these AI companies and put it all within one software where you can use the drone to film, record, edit, and export and stream it live on some sort of broadcast at that moment without needing a human being to do that stuff. You just limit it to your imagination then. So I think the future of AI is going to be that. We just have to find where us as humans can play a role within this, so we're doing a hybrid mode rather than being an obsolete matrix mode sort of thing. So yeah, that's just my perspective on where the future of at least video is going. But I think it's the same thing, like you said, with every industry. There's going to be AI implemented in that industry. We as humans have to just determine how can we play a part and support the AI and to keep ourselves in business and to use the human connection along with the technologies that are available at our disposal. Thank you.
I agree 100%. And I'll add one more point to that like in the future, and not just the future, even now, once the AlphaGo was launched, the AI that beat Go champion, it was not just it beat a champion human being, it actually drove that human to make moves that he also never thought of he could make in the Go game. So it actually, human beings are driven by competition and fear. Simple as that. We can deny and we can agree to it all we want, but I can say for sure, at least most humans that I know of are driven by competition within themselves, competition with peers, with friends, with family. It doesn't matter. Competition is there in our nature. We compete to survive, to thrive, and to go forward. And with that nature in mind, AI is actually doing that for us for free, because AI is able to pull out results so quickly. We shouldn't be feeling hopeless that, it can do my job, so I'm out. No, it's actually, okay, if it can do this, can it do this? It's more about, we need to move forward. We can't just be like, okay, this is my bottleneck and this is my ending. We are only evolving to this much. We don't know. How do you know what is the future of evolution? We don't know. We never knew. So the best thing is to keep moving forward. And AI needs to actually get smarter and smarter. And more, the thing is, your content is what is going to make AI smart. It's if you stop making content, or if Ian or Saad or anybody stops making what you guys make, how do you think AI learns to be smart? There is nothing for it to learn on. It can only learn on things and become smarter in those aspects. It cannot come up with new ideas out of thin air. It has to have data. So we provide data. And if we are out of data now because we've trained everything and AI is the smartest of all beings, then we need to come up with new data. We need to make new things because we can make new things. AI cannot. That's it.
The way that The way that I view AI is that it's very much a tool, and it's a tool that scares a lot of people because it's a system that is able to do so much more than previous tools were able to. But in a lot of ways, it's not actually that difficult for companies for these kind of AIs to be built. Like once the technology is out there, people often worry that like, oh, some huge company will have all the AI, but in fact, it's very like open source thing where pretty much anyone can access them. And what it's going to do, I think, is that it makes these incredibly powerful tools available to a lot of different people. And I think that what we're going to find, society has been moving in this direction for a long time where everything is going into the hands of these really big, powerful companies like Amazon or, WeWork and big things that own a whole lot. But what's going to happen is that I think that the direction is going to start moving in the other way because these AIs are such powerful tools that they allow even the small people, like small businesses, to be able to have the same sort of productivity that previously was only possible for these huge companies to be able to access. So there's a lot of positives if you look at it that way. There's also a lot of scariness depending on what you're in, but it's kind of a matter of you just have to understand where the future is going and adapt to where the trends are, not just get too stuck in the road, because that's what's going to be left behind. In terms of like pure productivity, you can't really match AI. And even if you can now, it's not going to be tenable in the future. But yeah, I think there's a lot of positivity.
I agree 100%. And you brought up a very good point about the open source community, and that is what is actually making this headlines every day. Like AI is making headlines is because of its such healthy open source community. Like OpenAI was supposed to be open source, but they were not. After their first launch, they realized, oh, we've made a freaking AI that is like so powerful, people can make crazy stuff out using this. So we need to like not make it open source, even though our name is OpenAI. Like, doesn't make any sense, but again,
it's ironic.
They did it. And now it's paid, and only beta access can be given to developers that prove their worth by tweeting to the founder of OpenAI, letting him know what your project is, which is kind of weird, but we all had to do that. Mo, you were asking how I got access. I had to write him a script, like what my project is all about, and convince him, which again, it's not about that. The idea is, like the community still is pretty massive. It is growing and people are contributing constantly, and we should all do it because Ian is right. Right now, the power is in the hands of big conglomeracies. We cannot take it away from them, but at least we can also become part and collectively sort of become decision makers as well. Yeah.
Actually, while you were doing this presentation, I was working on some AI generated art right here. So yeah, features now.
Yeah, man. Super fun.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think everybody got tons of value out of this presentation for sure. Thank you so much, Krishna, for this. Yeah, I already have people knocking on our door for the recorded video, so I'm excited to get that going. If anybody doesn't want to be on the video, just let us know. We can edit you out, maybe with that editor, the AI editor.
Send the slide deck as well. Aaron, I'll send it to you in email.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And if anybody wants to connect with Krishna afterwards, just let me know, and I can make that connection happen. Awesome. Oh, and Ian shared a file.
Oh, I didn't realize I shared it already. I hope that's the right one. This is the
let's see the
AI art that I've been working on today.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's
Wait, you didn't get the entire card made in AI, right? You're just talking about the top part.
Just the art part, yes.
Okay. Very cool, man. It's really nice. Yeah. No, this is really cool. What AI app you're using, or what kind of model are you using?
This is Midjourney, and then I also use DALL-E 2 to fix up certain details when I don't like what Midjourney's.
Yeah, Midjourney is better than DALL-E, I would say. in my
it gives
opinion.
much more visually artistic images. But then DALL-E allows you to just modify like an individual part and say, hey, I want the eye to be looking at me and stuff like that. So it's very useful.
Have you tried Stable Diffusion?
I applied for the beta. I haven't gotten in. I've seen there's some more stuff.
I'll send the link here. So this is their so Stable Diffusions. They created a space on Hugging Face, and it's amazing. It's gonna blow your mind. Like if you try this, you can literally give any prompt, and the art that comes out is, in my opinion, at least 10 times better than DALL-E 2.
Yeah, I didn't find DALL-E to be too impressive, to be honest. Even though it has
I already
a lot
spent all my credit on DALL-E. Like I'm done with it.
I'll check out Stable Diffusion some more. Thanks.
Sweet. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at the next one. Appreciate it, Krishna. Talk soon. All right.
Thanks, Krishna. Appreciate it.